Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements and welcome to another Market Outlook video. We're on the cusp of a brand new trading week, so this video has a purpose of trying to help you guys at home to try and navigate through this trading week. Now, in terms of economic data, we have a lot going on this week. Firstly, on Tuesday, we have the CPI inflation report, so investors are going to be very focused on that economic data point. And then, of course, as we move into Wednesday, we have the PPI inflation data, and then throughout the trading session, we hear from the man himself, Jerome Powell. We are going to get that interest rate decision. There's a 77% chance that we are going to have a pause, with only 23% of investors thinking that there's a potential that we could get an interest rate hike. I personally think that we are going to see a pause, and we're more likely to see a hike if we do get one later down the line next month when the Fed meets again in July. Then moving through to Thursday. Now, Thursday is a very busy day in terms of economic data. We have initial jobless claims. That's going to be very important because investors are very focused right now on the jobs market. And then just after we hear the initial jobless claims, we then hear from core retail sales. And of course, that gives us an indication as to how the consumer is performing. Are we now starting to see some weakness in consumer spending? So already, as many of you can tell, this week's going to be very busy in terms of economic data. And before I continue any further with today's video, I just want to quickly make you all aware of my free market research and trading signal group. If you would like to receive market research from me on a daily basis where I help you navigate through the markets, because it can be very difficult, especially if you're new to trading, then all you have to do is scan this QR code that you see on your screen. This will then take you to my website where you can sign up. It takes 10 seconds to sign up. There's no catches, and you can be part of my signal team for completely free of charge. But let's just quickly have a look at the technicals of the market. We have the broad stock market at this moment in time pretty much trading at a yearly high. We have the S&P 500, which went and hit its highest point year to date, and of course the NASDAQ 100 as well. The NASDAQ is trading above 14,600, so we're approaching that 15,000 level. It is looking a little bit frothy here. If we look at the RSI, we are trading pretty much above 70 now, which would indicate that we are overbought in the short term. Does this mean that we have to plummet and enter back into a bear market? No, it doesn't. It just means that we perhaps need some digestion here. So with these volatile economic data points, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see that much activity, that much buying pressure as we go through or work our way through this very volatile week in terms of data. And then looking at the S&P 500, we are not yet considered to be overbought here, but we are fastly approaching that 70 level here on the RSI. So the S&P 500, it could potentially continue its move higher. I think the roof in this market, the temporary roof, which could easily be broken, is 4,325. This is an area which represents the swing highs back in August 2022. Of course, it was only during last week's Market Outlook video when I come onto YouTube on Monday and I said that I think that we've got a very good chance of trading above 4,300 this week, and that's exactly what we saw. So I think it'll be interesting to see behavior in price movement when we do approach that 4,325 area. Are we going to see aggressive move where we try to break above it, or are we going to see a complete rejection where we perhaps pull back, maybe let's say 100 points? I think if we did see a slight pullback, it would be healthy. I wouldn't be too concerned. It's completely normal. The RSI is now starting to become a little bit overstretched. So from a technical perspective, I think if we did see some digestion in the NASDAQ 100 and in the S&P 500, I think it's quite bullish medium to longer term. Now moving over to the Dow Jones 30, I did mention last week that we were getting a slight breakout here. We broke out of that wedge pattern in the Dow Jones 30 and we've continued our move higher. And this is very important because so far this year, the stock market has rallied from a very narrow basket of names. It's pretty much the big tech names, right? We've got the likes of Nvidia, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, the list goes on and on. These are the stocks that have really helped the broader stock market trade higher. But moving forward, if we would like to see the stock market trade higher, in my own humble opinion, I do believe that we need to see a more of a broadening out here in this market rally. I need to start to see participation from the energy names, the financial names, discretionary names, the cyclical stock. So I do believe it's very important that we start to see the Dow Jones 30 participate more in this rally and play catch up to the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 in terms of yearly performance. Now moving over to gold. Gold actually finished the week on quite a strong note. We traded up towards 1960. I think if gold could break above 2,000, that would be very encouraging for the bulls, and we could go and see a move back up towards the all-time highs here, at which sit around 2,100. And then quickly moving over to crude oil, we saw a complete breakdown in price. This is something that I did say during last week's Market Outlook video after we had that news from Saudi Arabia that they were willing to implement more production cuts, but that was a move that I was looking to fade. I was looking to sell crude oil up at 75 $65 a barrel, my target being down at 70, and right now we're trading below $70 a barrel. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did continue to move a little bit lower here. I think $65 could be a target over the upcoming days and weeks. Guys, that's it for the market outlook. This week it's going to be very busy in terms of economic data, so please be very cautious as you go into each trading day. As I mentioned midway through this trading video, if you guys would like to join my free market research and signal group, then all you have to do is scan this QR code on your screens, and it literally takes 10 seconds to sign up. So I look very forward to welcoming you all over in my Telegram group chat. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go make some money.